you're saying Salem, that's 2 feet tall, was on the swing?
Yeah.
How did he get up there?
Because the trampoline's close to it, and he just can grab onto it and run off the swing. But he slipped off because it's been raining. And he fell and landed arm first. Well, luckily it's not broken.
Okay, yeah, if you got a trampoline out in your yard, keep an eye on it.
But we're going to cut it down, man. That's a bad swing. That's a bad juju right now. And I don't trust it. I'm not on it. I haven't been on it. Well,
we were blueprinting
I swung on it the other day from one end of the trampoline to the other end, and I was like, no, I just don't feel right, man.
Right.
And, yeah, so we're going to cut it off.
Yeah.
We're going to cut it down.
Cut it down.
And then use the rest of it as because it's already got that kind of like a hook on it.
Yeah.
That, you can put the rope through, you feed it through, that way you can go around the branch.
Right.
Well, we're going to use that kind of as like a cable, like a towing cable if we need it.
There you go.
It's real
that's
strong
probably
rope.
a way better use for it than a rope swing anyway.
Yeah. It's not deep water.
So,
it's not any deep water or a deep pool.
And even then, man, hey, even if you do have a rope swing, say out onto the river, onto a lake, or whatever, you got to watch for stuff floating around on the water, including your drunk buddies.
Make sure the rope swing you're on isn't going into some rocks, because water levels change, throughout time in between people getting on the rope swings, So you never know when it's last used. So you never know if there's rocks below or not. So make sure your depth of the water is good. But anyway,
yeah, we before we would jump off, we would throw like a rock,
Yeah.
That's not always safe either. I mean,
well, you got to make sure there's no water moccasins floating around. If there's a big ball of family of them, have you seen those? The big balls of them in the water.
You're tripping me out. You read my mind, because a kid that lives out here, I was just fixing to tell you that he was out near Sweeney, jump off the Blacksberry Bridge into the San Bernard River.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I believe it.
And let me tell you something. Timmy, he was out here.
Running to a
he lived out here. Yeah, a ball of them was floating around, and it actually, whenever the kid got close to it, they started hitting him. And a couple of people, they said, tried to jump in and go save him until they got bit, and they got out of there, but it killed him.
Right.
Yeah, it killed him, dude.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that happened.
My grandmother
That happened about
that.
15 years ago.
My grandmother
told you the same story.
They had just graduated. Was it
down here?
No, it was up in.
That's a trip, because that's not.
Goodness gracious, up in Possum Kingdom, I think it was. No, in Odessa, but they went to a lake to, I don't remember which lake it was, but they went and they jumped off the dock, and they went, and he landed right into a nest of them, a big ball of them. Mating is, I think that's what it is, or
what? I don't know.
A big family of them.
You know what? Since you have a story like that,
he come up and he was like, "Don't jump in. There's snakes.
Right.
There's snakes." He's like, "They're biting me."
Did it kill him?
Yeah, he killed him.
Man.
They pulled him out and he died.
So anybody out there listening, fellas, it's hard to see a ball of water moccasins in the black water.
It is.
I mean, it's because I have been going through, walking down Bear Creek out next between Sweeney and Bear Creek, called Bear Creek, walking down Bear Creek and hunting early in the morning. And I had a single shot, 12-gauge shotgun, and here coming down the creek, straight at me, is a big water moccasin. And he was coming with his head up out of the water.
Yeah.
So, I dropped beam on him, and I know I had one shot, and I blew his head off at about 10 yards.
Right.
So when he got from 30 to 30, maybe 8 yards, maybe about 20 feet, is where I finally, I'm in the middle of the creek.
Right.
Yeah, you got to watch out. They're very aggressive too. They'll chase you.
But yeah, they're fast.
Yeah, they
the
are.
The one I saw the other day, man, it didn't matter what the hell terrain it was on. It was quicker than shit.
It was rolling out.
Hell yeah, and they'll chase you, man. And they don't just tag you once; they tag you till you're down.
So, You know, we were talking about kids a minute ago, and I'm glad Salem's all right. You know, boys are gonna be boys.
Yeah.
We all did it, dude. I climbed up. My dad was a CB radio operator at home. You know,
Right.
like a ham radio, and he had this antenna, and it was a triangle. You know,
Yeah.
and it went up probably, I don't know, 50 or 60 feet. And when I was a toddler, I thought you were supposed to climb it. So
Yeah.
I started climbing it, and I didn't stop until Pops grabbed me however far up I was and brought me back down and whooped that ass.
Hell
you know?
Yeah. You got to.
Yeah, I came up before Woodland. I came up with Pop takes off the belt. You better do whatever. You know what? He would put his fingers up, 1, 2, and 3. He would do one, just hold number 1 finger up, number 2 fingers. If he gets to number 3, you're fixing to get your ass whooped.
Right.
He's going to send you to your room,
Hell yeah.
and he's going to come
Let me
with that ass.
tell you, speaking of getting your ass whipped,
Okay.
I am sick and tired of seeing these young-ass mothers, dude, 22, 23, 24,
Okay. Yeah.
not whipping their kids' ass because they say it's
Well,
bad.
no,
Because,
I mean, technically right now, if you whoop your kid, you could get, the CPS could come take them away.
Well,
Man,
you
it's a
know
whole
what?
new world from what I grew
I
up
don't give a
in.
shit because my ass got whipped for every little bad thing I did, and I turned out to be pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not getting in trouble. I've never been to jail.
There you
But
go.
holy shit, dude, if I didn't get my ass whipped, how many kids do you think now that don't get their ass whipped, what do they get in trouble?
Hey, let me tell
You know,
you,
they're getting in trouble.
like hard shit. I know some, like, I guess you would call him a little spoiled kid that was just, like, in the back seat of the car and just talk back to his mom and all that. And you know what's the newest badass video game, the most expensive what's the most expensive handheld video game there is?
The damn,
I mean high dollar.
PSP bullshit.
Visa,
I don't know.
PS Vita, dude, that's what it is. Okay, you can go online, you can text people with it and stuff.
Ridiculous.
But the point is that his mom would threaten to beat his ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you something, she took that PS Vita out of that kid's hand, and he said, woo! Like someone was beating him.
Fuck yeah.
So if that's what it takes, take that some bitch away.
My mom would ground me for my dirt bike, for my bike, for my my toy dirt bikes that I played with.
Hot Wheels, yeah.
I mean,
Hot Wheels.
I didn't play with Hot Wheels, man. I played with toy dirt bikes. I still do to this day. I'm 21 fucking years old. Any motocross rider out there that is my age, pretty sure you still play with your motocross toys, you know?
Well, hey,
You gotta get out there in the field. You gotta get in your front yard and build up some damn jump.
all right, look, our favorite toys as a kid. What was your number 1 favorite toy? See, just on my list, favorite toys as a kid, you just brought up a toy.
My most favorite
I know.
toy when I was a kid, okay? My brother, we're 6 years apart, okay? He was about 8, you know?
Right.
8, 9.
Right?
Well, he asked my mom if he could get some money for a garage sale. He's like, I want to buy something. I need $5.
Right.
And she's like, okay, so she gives him $5. He walks across the street, like this busy ass highway, okay? Walks across that, fucking goes to the garage sale, buys this fucking, this horse, okay? That's on the frame. It's on a frame.
Oh, yeah,
and
like
it's got
a hobby horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can sit there and bounce on it, you
Yeah.
know? Well, it stood off the ground. And it had these fucking big ass springs.
Yeah, like garage door spring.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like fucking badass.
You get it
shit,
bouncing
you know?
and start jumping it all
Hell
around
yeah.
the yard.
Well, he comes up and he's carrying it behind his back, you know? And he's just dragging that son of a bitch. Well, my mom, you know, she tells the story now, but she sees him coming up the hill, or coming down the sidewalk, and he's dragging this thing along. He's like, look, Mom, look what I bought for Karsten.
Right.
You know? And they ended up being my favorite toy. Dude, I played on it every day. They said that I would get on it And I still remember getting on it with my dirt bike helmet.
And, you know, they
and
call
put my dirt bike gear on there and act like I'm going through the whoops and stuff. I'd eat shit on purpose. I'd, like, fall off that thing. I'm like, oh, man. I had
You
to
get
start.
imagination, you know, when
Goes
you're
a
a
long
kid.
way.
That's everything. When I would be on the school bus, like in kindergarten, before I had a motorized dirt bike,
Yeah.
I would be imagining myself in the ditch next to the school bus on a dirt bike,
Hell yeah.
riding and jumping around all the culverts and
Hell yeah.
you know. So
I got
my
the
number.
cops calling me for doing that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
We all did, man.
Man,
Everybody
the damn
on dirt
18-wheeler
bikes
coming
when we're
down.
kids.
I had these badass kicker ramps.
Mm-hmm.
Those little black ones.
Uh-huh.
Well, I had that, and I made it up for cause where I lived was out in the country. I was always out in the country. And the ditches were pretty deep, you know?
Yeah.
So I would be able to fucking whip it, like hug a badass whip on a BMX bike and go down that trench, or, you know, that ditch. Well, fucking this 18-wheeler was coming by. I lived on Highway 6.
Right.
Or Highway 64. And it comes in. Oh, damn, dude. And then he's like, whoa! You know, like, bah, bah. Yeah, like holding it.
Bah, bah, bah.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell you doing? Well, they called the cops on me. Well, my stepdad was a sheriff, deputy sheriff, so he come up. Oh man, I got my
Good
ass handed
save.
to me.
Yeah.
Handed to me.
Well,
But it was fun. It didn't stop me. I did it more.
My number one favorite toy as a kid, the Evel Knievel stunt cycle. Have you ever seen one of those?
I have not.
Dude, it was a motorcycle, and anybody out there that had one knows it's bad. If you had one today, you'd still be playing with it. But it was it was like a plastic case thing that you would set Evel Knievel and his cycle in, and you would turn this handle on the side, and it would gyro up, meang, 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 until he would take off.
Yeah.
And Evel Knievel would take off, and I bet you go like 20 or 30 miles an hour. Dude, you could literally jump in 20 or 30 feet in the air and make him land jump and stuff.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, you could stand, like, put him up in a handstand and do crazy shit with him, but that was awesome. We would always, I jumped him into the woods somewhere and never found him again. Yeah, so, but yeah, that was my number one fave.
I had a Travis Pastrana remote control dirt bike.
That would have been cool.
Fuck yeah, dude. It was hard as fuck to ride, though.
Yeah, but was the one that had the little training wheel on the sides? Or
no, it was,
see, the one that gyro.
You had to, like, start him out on his side and go in circles for a minute until he started getting on his wheels, and then you could go straight.
Show number 199.
Fuck yeah, dude. And I was just like, and he was sitting there going, whoa.
You're trying to lean with the remote to lean the bike.
Yeah, I'm like, come on,
You're
dude.
hitting the burn. You're putting your foot down.
Get out of the fucking rut, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't. He just keep going in circles. So I broke that toy. I was like, fuck you, dude. You ain't gonna go? Boom.
And we had these things called Stomper 4x4s. It was just a little, it was just a little, it was like about three times the size of a Hot Wheel. So it was a little four-wheel drive truck that you put one AA battery in, had a little switch on the bottom, and you just turn it on.
Right.
And it would just rock, a four-wheel drive, and it would just sit there and crawl and go over anything.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah,
it was called a Stomper.
Have you seen the toys now to where they can climb up the fucking walls?
No.
Gosh dang, these are wooden walls, so you know they're not magnetic.
Yeah.
But they go up the fucking wall.
Yeah, like sticky frog palms or something.
Yeah.
Hey, what was the worst toy you ever got, like as a gift? Like as Christmas gift or your birthday?
The worst toy.
Or the worst gift?
The worst gift?
I can tell you mine real quick. It was one Christmas. I have a sister that's 2 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
And we got our big gift for Christmas. Like, we would normally, all of the kids, all 6 of us would get one big gift that would be unwrapped, and that'd be like your bicycle or your skateboard or your remote control car. And then all the other smaller gifts would be wrapped up.
Right.
So the big gift was a keyboard. And it wasn't a good one. It was like little crappy keyboard. Sorry, Mom and Pop, but, you know. And it was for my sister and I to share.
Yeah.
So how are two kids going to play one keyboard on Christmas morning, man?
Man, the worst.
Some kids say, I had the Christmas whenever